So let's start with the indefinite article. So a or an. It's the same word. The root of this word in Old English is written like this. An. There's another word in modern English with the same root, and you know it. Can you guess? It's this. One. One. An. They're very closely related. Let's do an experiment to see how closely related or what the relationship could be. I have this book about Charles IV, the king from the Golden Cradle, I'm sure you know, and I'll read just a few sentences. First I'll just read them normally, then I'll read it again, but every time it says a or an, I'll swap it for one, and we'll see, does the meaning change? So let's try it. So here it is, just normal. After the death of the last of the Przemyslids, the Roman King Albert of Austria bestowed the Bohemian kingdom on his son Rudolf. Rudolf was a sick king. In his kitchen, gruel was boiled all the time. He reigned for less than a year and died. After him, the Czech lords accepted Henry, Duke of Carinthia, as their king. And he was a weak king, as if there were no king at all. Okay, so now we're swapping a for one. After the death of the last of the Przemyslids, the Roman King Albert of Austria bestowed the Bohemian kingdom on his son Rudolf. Rudolf was one sick king. In his kitchen, gruel was boiled all the time. He reigned for less than 1 year and died. After him, the Czech lords accepted Henry, Duke of Carinthia, as their king, and he was one weak king, as if there were no king at all. Now, all of that made perfect grammatical sense with the swap over with one. The difference was in emphasis, and here one had a very strong sense, whereas when it was a, the emphasis was somewhere else. So just from this, at least, it looks like there is a strong relationship between these two. And the relationship is that this is a weak form and this is a strong form. So now, let's go back to these and see if we can do something with them. Well, we should be able to swap a for one. And if it had any sense, it should still have it. And we can do the same here. One. So now we have 1 tomatoes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that would be in Czech jedno rajčata, which is nonsense. And this, I'm sure you can see, is equally nonsense. And here we have 1 salt. So that would be jedna sůl. I don't think that makes sense. In English, it certainly doesn't. So, if these are nonsense, it would seem that these are nonsense. And they are. So I hope that This will help you in that it will make it easy to remember not to do this. Because an is related to one. And we don't use one with plurals or uncountables. Thank you for watching.